How to take this simple assembly and break it into an exploded view drawing so that you can hand these plans over to somebody else. So first things first, we've got this design here. The important part is that each component within this design is made as a component and not just a form or sketch, right? So make sure that when you are trying to create this exploded view drawing, you have gone through the process of making each part a component, not just a solid. So from here, the next step is to make a quick exploded view animation. So I'm going to go to Design, Animation, and then I'm going to go to New Storyboard so that I can show you the process from scratch. Say okie dokie, I want that clean. I don't know why my timeline is so big. Let's go down to the bottom there, timeline. Down to the bottom there, timeline. Now we can see everything. Okay. So, what I have to do to make this explode, I have to click on Transform, Manual Explode. I'm going to click on one of my components. And then I click the direction I want to move it on. I'm going to click this Trail Line Visibility button. What that does is if I adjust my explosion scale, well, it should show me the trail line. Show me my trail line. What if I add some time down there? Oh, I did this morning, and now you're just being a jerk.
You know who's being a jerk?
Who?
You. I hate you.
Now I'm going to have to edit that out of my video, Jeremiah.
Oh, sorry.
So, I'm going to click on this again and try that one more time. Let's move ahead in the timeline. I think that might be the thing that's tripping this up. So if I click on Manual Explode, then click on this. Then click here, and then move that away from my object and turn on that. There we go. It just wanted some time. So now I can have these dotted lines that show where I moved this part from. I say, okay, I'm going to go in and click on my next part. I'm going to go ahead in my timeline. It does want me to do that first. So I'm going to go Transform, Manual Explode, move this direction, and I adjust how much. And I want that trail line visibility turned on so we can see where these parts are sliding around from. Now for making a drawing, that's all we need for this animation. I know that seems like overkill, but you do have to do it this way if you want to make an exploded view of your part and show how everything slides together. It's like IKEA furniture, but for children's blocks. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop on over to drawing from here, animation from design, and it goes back to my design page. Now, later on we'll go ahead and show you how to do some different kinds of title blocks. Today we're just going to go with the scratch template. We're going to go down to sheet size A so that we can fit this on a sheet of printer paper, and then we're going to go ahead and say okie dokie. Now I've got this drawing. The first thing it does is ask me to place the base view. I can also go and click on this and do some projected views with the projected view tool. And then the one that gave us so much grief the other class, I'm going to drop in another base view. And because I did the animation first, this actually works. The storyboard I just made is called Storyboard 4. And right there, I now have this drawing of the exploded view of these cubes and stuff. If it's a little too small, maybe I'll say that I want this at 1/10 scale so I can actually fit it on there. We'll say okay. It probably wants me to adjust this later. So I'll move these things a little bit closer together so that everything fits neatly on my drawing page. Hey, this is starting to look like some plans that somebody might be able to put together these blocks in exactly this configuration that I've got. The last step here, and I think I did it out of order last time, which is why I got so many problems. I'm going to go to Parts List underneath Tables. Tables, Parts List. I click on the object I want to label. I'm going to click on my cool exploded view guy, and I want my parts list to snap to the bottom of my grid. Look at that, it automatically added the balloons. So now I just need to move these around so that they make sense, because I really don't want my balloons over there. That looks better to me. I want this on the page, because the computer is not very good at doing human tasks, so I'm going to go ahead and make this look a little nicer than the generic computer thing does. Hey, we're almost there. I don't like this arrow going to that line. I'm going to move this arrow over to that line. To me, that looks good. And you can see that it pulls the names of each of the components and the materials that I made those components out of. If I go ahead and click save here, I'm going to save this drawing as an example, not in my class files because you'll all just copy it. Sorry, I know what it's like to be a teenager. And then say save. It should be that if I go back and open this again, if I go up and modify the properties of each of these different components, then they should update within my drawing. Let's see if that is true. So I'm going to go ahead and change the properties here. And I say that I want to make, maybe I'm going to make these blocks out of concrete for some reason. If I go ahead and drop concrete on here, oh, I have to download concrete? What do we have that's already downloaded? I don't want to download anything. I have to download everything. Okay, well, let's just pick something. Let's see, I'm going to make these blocks out of cherry because I'm very bougie and I have lots of money to blow on wood. If I drop that on these different blocks in my design, now my blocks are made out of a very expensive wood that no child should play with because why let them touch the expensive materials? Now if I save this, it should link up with my drawing and then I should be able to update this by clicking this chain button. Is that how you do this? Yeah! It updated here, but it didn't update my parts list. So what if I just go ahead and delete this parts list out and do it again? Will it actually change? Or is that just an appearance configuration? Let's go see if I actually change my material. Physical material. We might need to actually change its physical material for it to like that. So we're going to say that we made you out of cherry on the physical material window. Now we'll say save. So now it's not just a appearance, it is now physically changed. If I click my link button again, look, it's updated. Now it's all made out of cherry because I am a very bougie children's toy maker. I only let my children have the finest woods. That makes absolutely no sense. Don't give your kids cherry building blocks. All right. I mean, if you want to spend your money in the wrong place, that's a good way to do it. So what you need to do then, if you've got this drawing, what I'd like you to do to turn this drawing in, you should be able to File, Save As, and you should be able to, let's see if I can do this right. File. How do we get it out of here, though? You want it to be something that you can upload to Schoology. Wouldn't that be nice? Do you have to do it the old-fashioned way where you go print? You do print to PDF. Current sheet, printer name. No. Well, just go ahead and save that as a drawing for now, and then you can turn that in. Oh, export. Here's the button I needed. Export in the top right. So we're going to export this whole thing as a PDF, so that we'll say all sheets. I mean, you can just say current sheet since it's only one. Say OK. That's the button we actually wanted. We're going to save this to your computer somewhere. Maybe put your name in the file so I know that it's yours. Then say save. And what that should do is then on your computer, wherever you chose to save that, you should now have a PDF drawing of your beautiful building block parts assembly. So go ahead, do that for me. Let's see how long that took.